first, real quick, for those who are able, please rise. You may be seated. Wow, that feels really good. I could really get used to that. Thank you for indulging me. It's been a lifelong dream. I could go home now. So I don't know if you know, I do magic for a living, surprisingly enough. And I wanted to start this session fun. I brought with me the very first magic trick I ever learned. It's about 12 years old. I got pretty good at it. My parents invited some friends over. I showed it to them. I want to show it to all of you. It shouldn't take that long. So I still have it from when I was 12, the box that I made. Magic show box. And in that box, I had some cards. Now the cards are a little bigger, because remember I'm only 12. My hands aren't as big as they are now. I'm trying to paint a picture for you all, okay? So, if you would all count with me, we have 1, with me, 2, there you go, 3, 4, 5 cards. 5 cards. So what I did was I took 1 card out, put it in the box, waved my hands around the cards, gave a snap, and just like that, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, and the whole room said, amazing! Thank you, okay. All right. Yes. A few later than others, thank you, Eric. You weren't ready. You didn't know it was coming. I'll give you one more shot. Okay. I'm 6 years old. It's my very first magic show. We do it right. We have 50 people over. We put out folding chairs, bagels, locks. It's a show, all right? And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. We take out 1. We take out 2. I wave my hands around the cards, and just like that, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Yes! Yes! Thank you, but we need everybody in the room. All right? This is gonna be an amazing night. It's gonna start with you telling me how amazing I am. I'll give you one more shot. I'm 3 years old. It's my very first magic show. There's 200 people over. They're sitting on bagels, eating folding chairs. It's mayhem. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. We take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my show. 6, 7, 8, 9 cards. I wave my hands around the cards. I give a snap, and just like that, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. All the cards have disappeared. And everyone says, yes. Thank you. We're going to keep the show moving along. I'm just going to look at my notes. There is an extensive schedule. So at this point, I would like to invite up our PSJC co-presidents. You know them, you love them. Stephen Gandel and Liz Wallman. Come on up, please.
Hello, hello.
Hi, that's a tough act to follow. We have no magic.
1, 2, 1.
Yeah, there's only 2 of us, and neither of us is going to disappear or anything. We just want to welcome everybody, thank everybody, say that this is just a remarkable community, and we are so thrilled to be here. And we are delighted to celebrate with all of you. So happy 100th anniversary to this building that we are standing in. May it stand, may it last many, many hundreds more years, please, especially under our, let's hope for, keep our fingers crossed, no disasters, no nothing. Yeah, under our administration. But also, we are just so delighted to be able to celebrate Rabbi Carie, to celebrate with all of you. This was really many years in the making, if you think about the fact that this was supposed to happen in 2020. So we just want to thank very quickly. There's so many people to thank, but we wanted to just give an extra special thanks to Esther Schwab for putting this together. To everybody that has worked. Where is she? Where is Esther? Oh, Esther's not here. Okay. Also to Faye Penn for all the work with, woohoo! To the board, and to the unbelievably hardworking staff. And so thank you very quickly, yes, to Aileen, to Stephanie, to Patrick's crew, to all the people that have worked here. And we're really delighted that we're able to be here tonight.
And a special thank you, because there's going to be a lot of people thanked, but the special thank you to the spouses of everyone who's being thanked. Thank you very much.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
All right, keep it going for your co-presidents. All right. Oh, here's Esther. We'll do it one more time for Esther. You missed it. You went outside. All right. One more time for Esther. One more time. Yes. Yeah. Now, if they're in the room, we'd like to invite up Rabbi Aaron Weininger, former rabbinic intern and rabbi of Adath Jeshurun congregation, my old job, in Minnetonka, Minnesota. Line? No, what's the line?
Amazing. Or please stand. That's all I know how to say. The heavens declare the glory of God. The sky proclaims God's handiwork. Hashamayim misaprim kavod el, u'ma'aseh yadav magid harakia. I offer these words from Psalm 19 to celebrate my dear Rabbi Carie Carter as we celebrate your 25 years here at Park Slope Jewish Center. And to the wonderful PSJC community marking 100 years. Carie, like I'm told by my congregants in Minneapolis, you look the same as you did at your ordination. And thank you to PSJC for the invitation to come teach this evening. It has been a delight to plot with Eden and the incredibly hardworking planning committee, and to see so many friends, loving colleagues, and native Minnesotans in our midst. Carie, neither of us was built to play basketball, in case that wasn't obvious. And you may still be working toward a career to shoot for the stars in outer space, but there has been a path for you, a path I believe God was always ready for, if not humanity, to illumine God's handiwork. And thank God that path brought you to be a rabbi. And not just any rabbi, a beloved rabbi. And not just at any shul. To arrive at this special place 3 years after your ordination from JTS. And over these years, to bring all of the gifts of being a lesbian and a woman, to enrich the rabbinate and to change the rabbinate and to lift up the pluralism and beauty and diversity of Klal Yisrael. You have always reached with the highest values for an inclusive community that declares God's glory and proclaims God's handiwork. In my time here as a rabbinic intern and rabbinic fellow, I recall the beautiful 10-year anniversary celebration, and I kept the program from that beautiful event. On the front cover of the program, Psalm 1 was chosen and lifted up in your honor at that time. I quote in part, "Those who delight in the law of the eternal shall be like a tree planted by streams of water," or streams of seltzer here in Brooklyn, as I learned. So 18 Psalms later, I offer, the heavens declare the glory of God. The sky proclaims God's handiwork. For 25 years, Rabbi Carter, you have planted trees and leaves that do not wither, and you have reached with those highest values to lead PSJC to the many roads to the palace, as you talk about, of Jewish living. You help this shul shine for who it truly is, a community with a passion for volunteerism, social justice, davening, and learning, and the list could go on and on. People here do not sit on the sidelines or shy away from sharing opinions. Where other leaders constrict, Carie, you make space. There's always more to plant and more room to declare the glory of God, to proclaim God's handiwork. And as a native Midwesterner, you know a thing or two about big and vast sky. Carie, you come to every space with integrity, with trustworthiness, and a way of taking up space that simultaneously makes space for everyone else. Under those heavens and beneath that sky, you have planted seeds, guided their growth, and then always directed the sunlight toward them, not toward yourself. You step back wisely to filter the light to the project at hand, to the person at hand, and step forward at just the right moment to support others, sitting in your office, as I remember many times, gathering for a potluck, for Lev Tahor, or walking through Windsor Terrace on a snowy day with Tali. Joining with someone's anger without becoming the anger. Joining with someone's chesed to amplify their chesed. Joining with someone's ahavat Zion, and equally important, their embrace of one another in honest and open conversation. And you do it all with a loving nudge, a deep spirituality, and always good humor. Carie, I have felt your graciousness being mentored by you as so many rabbis in the field call you a rabbi's rabbi. You have done so with the magnificent partnership of your beloved Eden and Noah, welcoming students into your home so naturally, sitting around a late Shabbat afternoon meal, as I recall so well. the laughter and song reaching upward to the heavens. But we always come back down to earth, as is endemic to your nature. God proclaims to Moshe this week in Bahalotecha, V'yaradati v'dibarti imcha. I will come down and speak with you there, and I will take some of the power that is on you and put it on the elders. They will share the burden of the people with you so that you will not have to carry it alone. Even though they start in a different place than the majority of the elders, Eldad and Medad are granted the same power that is conferred to the 70 others at the special tent. And actually, their power is more enduring. I shall add honor unto your honor, God says in the text. We are taught that these two elders, Eldad and Medad, continue to prophesy well beyond that moment, unlike the 70 elders whose ability to prophesy had a finite end. The medieval Portuguese commentator Barvanel, born to a family that escaped the massacre of 1391, one of the largest pogroms to wipe out Jews in the Middle Ages, comments on these two figures. He writes, Eldad and Medad, knowing that God had only commanded the appointment of 70 in their humility, and so not to shame the two who would not be chosen, they remained of their own free will in the camp. They didn't come to the tent of meeting with the rest of the elders. The Holy Blessed One does not withhold just reward from divine creatures. These two worthies were rewarded with prophetic bounty for their action in not coming to the tent of meeting. The commentator Abarvanel was so attuned to the experience of being other, like we may feel in our own ways and at times as community. He knew what it was like to be on the margins, on the brink of himself trying his best to negotiate to prevent the Jews of Spain from being expelled in 1492. He knew what it meant to take up space and have no space. We take the Torah of being on the margins seriously. Eldad and Medad, in their humility, step back so others can step forward. It's not about dragging everyone to the center, but returning again and again to the margins, where we keep telling and listening and growing our roots and reaching skyward. Carie, you have always been one to plant and see the expanse before others could, before I could. Your leadership gave us the ground and the vision before we could see the fullness of God's handiwork. Patient, prodding, and kind in all directions, up and down. Rabbi Carter, you make room for the fullness of creation to unfold in partnership with the Holy One of Blessing and humanity. Mazel tov.
Wow. Well done. Well said. We have a little video to present now, right? Not your video. This is the amazing video. Yeah, is that, or am I on the wrong? This might be version 27 of the evening. Yes, oh, I'm sorry, yes, thank you. Greg, everybody, thank you. Yes. Yes. Well, we have Rabbi Carie's friend, Valerie. Valerie, I'm gonna try it. Everybody, Valerie, Molly, no.
Thank you. My name is Valerie Molyneux. Some of you may know me better as the one from Atlanta, or even the Chametz buyer. Neither Eden nor Esther, shockingly, informed me that I would follow a professional magician and a professional composer of Devar Torot, which I didn't realize, so I'm going to do my best here, friends. Yeah, it's a warm audience, okay. So I thought about talking about numbers, right? 8, 27, or 1300. In the last quarter century, those are the number of presidential terms we've had, the number of clergy that have served at my Episcopalian church, and an approximate number of Shabbats. But I'm more of an anecdote person. So here we go. Picture it. Cleveland, 1997. Our eternally youthful rabbi. Let's be honest, for my literature majors, we know she has a portrait in the attic somewhere, aging. But then you look at her mom, and you know exactly how it's working. So she's fresh from ordination. She steps onto the scene. I met her at a diversity training for student leaders hosted by Hillel. Little did I know then, she would become first a lodestar of my life, and then my truest friend. No crying. Okay. Carrie, as you know, was ordained before the conservative denomination officially welcomed her. Many have heard her talk about how she trusted other students to speak for her when doing so herself would have been too risky. The year we met, student groups chalked the campus to celebrate National Coming Out Day, and those chalkings were defaced with homophobic slurs. One student newspaper story, an editorial, and 11 letters to the student newspaper followed. Only one of those was signed by faculty or staff. And that was signed by signatories from 3 major religious groups on campus. And I know that was Carrie's leadership at work, taking her turn to speak for others. Park Slope Jewish Center has offered the farthest reach yet for what an Episcopalian like me calls Rabbi Carter's ministry. Comforting the afflicted and afflicting the comfortable. I understand she did that as recently as 7 days ago when she invited you to contribute to a number of local and international organizations fighting hunger. She amplifies her moral voice through both the everyday and extraordinary works of this shul for common causes like Jewish education and mentoring young rabbis, as well as more challenging ones, immigrant justice, police reform, the climate crisis, visions for Israel. You see, I believe Carrie's gift is not to just build bridges, but to offer herself as a bridge. Despite what it may cost her personally at times, she cantilevers tensions, both small personal ones as well as the biggest ones of our time. She steadfastly suspends the roadway, serving as a solid pillar, enabling those from different sides to cross and meet. She has certainly supported me in that way on many an occasion. But she is not the only bridge builder here tonight. I invite each of you here now to please look down at your feet. Go ahead. Please see how gravity is pressing you to the floor of your beloved and historic building and to the earth. And as you keep looking down, as you are able, please stand. I know, I followed Eric. Witness the miracle of your body and your spirit rising through the forces of gravity and the time that we live in. Now, please, if you will, breathe deeply in and out as you center yourself in the sanctity and safety of not just this physical space, but this emotional space. In this time of danger and deep uncertainty, please lift your head and look all the way around and marvel at how a full century of the strength of you and your forebears stands tall as a forest of living pillars. See how wide and strong and many are the bridges built from and through and upon the Park Slope Jewish Center community. Truly are. How proud you should be, you must be, of not only my friend and your esteemed rabbi, but of yourselves. And how honored am I to have been able to help you celebrate yourselves. Mazel tov.
Thank you. That was beautiful. That's right. If you didn't catch it, I did say your name correctly. Valerie Molyneux, everybody. And I apologize. I forgot to introduce you properly. As you could tell, Valerie is an old friend of Rabbi Carter and Associate Dean for Academic Affairs at Oxford College of Emory University. Yes. Now, speaking of Oxford College of Emory University, I want to do something really fun real quick. We got a nice big room here. We don't always get this opportunity. Something's been on my mind lately. We're celebrating the shul. We're celebrating Rabbi Carie. We're celebrating everybody. But still in my mind, I've got these celebrities in my head. We all do. They have nonstop publicists. We're supposed to think of them all the time. I even wrote down some here. This is an experiment I wanted to try because we have such a big room. I wrote down first names. And I'm curious to see if this theory will work, to get everybody in the room to say the same last name. So I'm going to say the first name, you say the last name. So we've got Oprah. Winfrey. See, it's amazing. Brittany. Spears. Miley. Cyrus. Tiger. Woods. Elton. John. Lady. Gaga. Justin. Really? Who said Justin Bieber? All right. Never say never. Brad? Denzel? Madonna? Yeah. Eric? Thank you. Lerner. It's my show, Eric Lieber. Lerner. Eric Lerner. Thank you. I got a whole bunch on here. We got Julia Roberts, Matt Damon, Carie Carter, George Clooney, Leonardo DiCaprio, a whole bunch. I need someone, just for one more little experiment, since we started this, I need one person to help me real quick. One person at all. Anybody who wants to volunteer, let me know if you want to help. We need one person to help us at all. Just one person to come on up. Yes, come on up, come on up. All right. Now, let's see if this will work. Rabbi Carie, if you can, hold on one second. I have here a mysterious envelope. Does anybody know why it's mysterious? There's a question mark, of course. This is another trick question. All right, Rabbi Carie, I'm going to put this on the seat here, and then you are going to sit on top of that envelope. Okay? I'll explain why. We're going to try a little experiment. We're going to see Rabbi Carie's intuition. And in my research, I find intuition starts in a certain body part. And it vibrates up and comes out. So, Rabbi Carie, I have here all the cards we said, and you can hold on to them. You can look at them. They're all different names, right? So do me a favor, cut them in about half and put half in each hand. Yep, there you go. Put your hands out like this. And if you would, drop either pile on the count of 3. That's okay, it's fine. That's okay, that's fine. All right, we'll do it again. Take about half, and then free choice, your choice, whatever you're feeling. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, you switched, okay. How many do we have left, roughly? Don't look at them, we're just gonna hold them face. Okay, good, we have like 6, 7 left or so. And what we're gonna do is use the mic stand. And you could stand up, come on up here. So, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 left. Rabbi Carie, would you please use your favorite finger? Okay, that was a safe one. Okay. And just touch the back of any of these, whichever one you want. I want this to be as fair as possible. That's the one. I'm gonna keep your finger on there. Okay, so we're gonna just put it to the top. Okay, there you go. Your card is on top. And are you righty or lefty? Okay, could we have your right hand? Put it like a table. Put your other hand on top. Okay. Now you could have picked Matt Damon, Sandra Bullock, Tom Cruise, Hanks, I'm not sure, George Clooney, me, Beyonce, Knowles, okay, just checking, and Julia Roberts. Okay, but you picked one. You picked one. This is going to be amazing if it worked. Would you turn that over and read it out loud to everybody?
Barbara.
Of course, it would be Barbara in this building, but anyway, it worked. You did it. I'll explain. You were sitting on an envelope, right? Okay, 1 second. In this envelope, I have a picture of Barbara Streisand. Now, give Rabbi Carie a nice round of applause. You go take a seat. Now, I don't know if we've got a mixed crowd. I don't know how you feel. Picture's a little racy. It's Barbara in the nude. But you know what? In my opinion, she looks pretty good as a baby, right? But she's pretty timeless. Thank you. Now, let's move this along. I think we have a video now. Yes, this is the time for the video. So we have Aryeh Nussbaum Cohen's video. Oh, we're gonna move this out of the way. And it's a tribute to, can anybody guess who it's a tribute to? Barbara Streisand, close personal friend to Rabbi Carie. Enjoy, please.
What was your first impression when you met Rabbi Carter?
Do you remember? Love at first sight.
Amazement.
She was just so warm and so real.
Impressed. Yeah, she was very outgoing and lovely.
Impressed by the amount of time and interest she took in who we were. She seemed like a very down-to-earth individual.
Calming, wise, very warm. She was very friendly. She was pretty.
Very understanding about situations.
She seemed very, just nice and grounded, very welcoming. I thought she would be a great rabbi, and turned out I was correct.
What's the hardest part about a rabbi's job? The people.
Everything. Herding cats, for meeting each person where they're at, which she is phenomenally good at.
To come in and day out and deal with the financial challenges, the organizational challenges, and
the spouse. a teacher, a speaker, a counselor.
And then just holding the community together and doing all that while being an inspirational presence.
It's a hard job. You have too many bosses.
I think there's a lot of people in the community who have a lot of different ideas about what the synagogue should be. And so I think balancing everyone's ideas up is really tricky.
Easy to hold all of that for everybody all the time.
Can you think of a time that she's surprised or amazed you?
Constantly surprises her amazing me. I think, her sermons are fantastic. Her warmth is overwhelming sometimes, and she's just a great person.
She surprises me a lot because she doesn't say much, and then she'll come up with something that's just very original and creative and unexpected.
She brings so much spirit to so many different people's simchas. I don't know how she does that.
She's involved in everything. She's always at Hebrew school.
She can relate to all people, and she's been wonderful in keeping this congregation together and growing it. Makes me smile.
She doesn't have to fake it. She finds ways to connect to everybody.
She creates that welcoming environment where you feel comfortable to share.
It makes it feel very personal and
Warm makes everyone feel important. And even if someone is doing something that's a little more creative or off the beaten track, or if they're a kid, she lifts them up by making it fun for them.
Some people are acting out, like, she sort of like lets it roll off of her. At least that's what she shows on the outside. I think that's really commendable.
Just get this like wonderful feeling of like love and just someone who's so welcoming.
This place, Parksville Brew Center, has become my second family. So I owe that to her, how she presents things when she's speaking to the congregation. And I have the privilege of listening to it all in the background.
She's present and enthusiastic, terrific.
And I was surprised to see that she's actually rather skilled at thing following.
What's the funniest fact you can think of about Rabbi Carter?
She wants us to be an astronaut.
It's from Kansas City, which is always tickles me.
Chiefs are her sports team.
It does seem normal for a rabbi. It would be weird if she liked the Eagles, but
I love her expressions. I love her y'all, all of y'all. And when she says we will begin to conclude.
It's got this kind of different authority than we New Yorkers do, and I feel like it's kind of her secret sauce.
Still think it's funny of how into space exploration she is and the Chiefs.
I think it's really funny that she has such an aversion to seltzer here in Brooklyn.
New Yorkers find everything that's not New York kind of a little bit of a joke, but she's super in on the joke.
Consistent. So even when she's like being goofy, she's like consistent at her goofiness.
Her dog's name is Rocky Road.
oh, that's so cute.
And is there anything else you'd like to say about Rabbi Carter?
Thank you. That's it.
That was actually not Aryeh Nussbaum Cohen. That was a tribute from everybody here to our beloved Rabbi Carie Carter. And now, to hear from Aryeh Nussbaum Cohen, a rising countertenor in the opera world, a beloved bar mitzvah boy, and a cantorial soloist who accompanied me on the bima for many years, Aryeh Nussbaum Cohen.
May God bless you and keep you. May God let God's countenance shine upon you and be gracious unto you.
May God lift God's countenance upon you and grant you peace. Congratulations, Rabbi Carie, on 25 amazing years at the helm of the Park Slope Jewish Center, and congratulations on 100 beautiful years in this beautiful building, this beautiful synagogue. And I am so happy to be carrying forward the legacy of PSJC with my beautiful little 5-week-old son, Eli Elliott. And we're so grateful, even though we live on the other coast now, to be carrying forward the legacy of a shul like PSJC. Mazal Tov Carie, Mazal Tov PSJC, and lots of love from Northern California.
Talk amongst yourselves for a moment while we set up. It's so quiet here.
For those who didn't see the beginning of the presentations, we're going to do it again for everybody. Starting, I'm just kidding. We're just helping them set up some. I have the microphone for the piano here, and buckle in. This is going to be really beautiful. More magic. Who said that? That definitely. That definitely wasn't my wife. We'll do a little bit more magic later, but we are now in hour 3 of the presentations. Of 6 hours to go, and at some point, we gotta go home, all right? All right, we'll just have a few more touches. See? It works even when you drop it, yeah.
ידעו את השם בשמחה, בואו לפניו ברננה. ידעו את השם בשמחה, בואו לפניו ברננה. ידעו את השם בשמחה, בואו לפניו ברננה. ידעו את השם בשמחה, בואו לפניו. דעו כי השם הוא האלוהים, הוא עשנו בין לא אנחנו, כי השם הוא האלוהים, אנחנו בצאן מרביתו. ידעו את השם בשמחה, בואו לפניו ברננה. ידעו את השם בשמחה, בואו לפניו. ידעו את השם בשמחה, בואו לפניו ברננה. ידעו את השם בשמחה, בואו לפניו. ידעו את השם בשמחה, בואו לפניו ברננה. ידעו את השם בשמחה, בואו לפניו. עבדו את השם בשמחה, בואו לפניו ברננה. עבדו את השם בשמחה, בואו לפניו.
That was Ivdu et Hashem b'simcha from Psalm 100, verse 2 of Psalm 100, written by Yonatan Razel, the melody, arranged by cantor Chazan Natasha Hirschhorn. Serve God with happiness, come before God with joy. We are Carrie's cantors. Chazan Natasha Hirschhorn, who served as cantor here at PSJC between 2001 and 2004, and started Shir Chadash, the Brooklyn Jewish Community Chorus. And many of you may know also Cantor Lisa Siegel of Kolot Chayenu, a steadfast friend of PSJC, neighbor, and a swell partner in many things. And I'm Judy Ribnick, cantor of the Park Social Center. I've proudly served here for 33 years. And 21 of those years have been with my beloved friend and Bima partner, Rabbi Carie Carter. The three of us are honored to call her a beloved colleague and friend, and we're so happy to share just a little music for this occasion. I turn to Chazan Natasha to tell us about the next piece.
So we did not plan it together with Aaron, but this is, how many of you have been here 15 short years ago for Carrie's 10th anniversary? A few. So I was very honored then to create a piece in her honor based on the text of Psalm 1, because it totally describes Carrie. It says, who is happy? The one who is a mensch. I'm paraphrasing very slightly. And then it says, and then that person who is an amazing mensch shall be happy studying the Torah and finding delight in it. And that person shall be like a tree overflowing waters, bringing blessing to everything she touches. And Carrie, that's exactly what you've been doing for the first 10 and the following 15 years. And you, in turn, feel, yes, I know.
Wait, amazing. May you in turn feel the joy, feel the happiness. May it feed your soul, because we love you so much. So here's a little excerpt of Ashrei Ha'ish.
Ashrei ha'ish,
Ashrei ha'ish,
Ashrei ha'ish,
Ashrei ha'ish,
Ashrei ha'ish, Ashrei ha'ish.
Ki betorat Adonai hefsa,
ובתורת תהיה יומם ולילה, אם בתורת אדוני חפצה, ובתורת תהיה יומם ולילה.
Ashrei ha'ish,
אשרי האיש, אשרי shall be just like a tree overflowing waters that bears the fruit in its proper time and shall never wither. And everything that your hand will touch shall grow and flourish. And you shall be just like a tree overflowing waters that bears its fruit in its proper time and shall never wither. And everything that your hand will touch shall grow and flourish. Chatul al palgimaim. Ashrei ha'ish, ashrei ha'ish, ashrei
Rabbi Carter, my friend Carie, can you come back up here, please? So, Carie, it is such a delight to have, where am I, this? Yes, where are you? Come over here. Such a delight to be in community with you always, and there's many ways that Kolot Chayenu and many of us in the local cantorate and rabbinate in the local synagogues work together with you. And one of the ways we do that is we come together and we sing and we make music, and every single time you come up to us and you say, if only I were a cantor, I wish I could be a cantor. So Carrie's cantor here. We know how much you love music. And so tonight, on the occasion of this 25th anniversary, you are an honorary cantor. We had this made for you. It's got beautiful rainbow notes on it. So this, and you can swap out what you're wearing now. That's great. And it is a special kippah so that when you're wearing it, you are one of us, which you are all the time. And may your song ever continue. May you continue to inspire us and all of us in this room and with the music of your soul, your heart. Rabbi Nachman said, it is good to make a habit of inspiring yourself with a melody. So thank you for bringing the melody to PSJC and to all of us all these years. Stay with us.
And now a song, Havana Shira, let us sing. Shir Hallelujah, a song of joy. Stay with us.
Stay here, Cantor Carter. Here, do you want some shakers? Here, have a shaker. There you go.
Havana Shira, Shir Hallelujah, Shir Hallelujah. Havana Shira, Shir Hallelujah, Shir Hallelujah. Havana Shira, Shir Hallelujah, Shir Hallelujah. Shira, Shir Hallelujah, Shir Hallelujah. Havana Shira, Shir Hallelujah, Shir Hallelujah. Havana Shira, Shir Hallelujah, Shir Hallelujah. Havana Shira, Shir Hallelujah, Shir
We present to you Cantor Carie Carter.
Keep it going. That was the microphone stand. All right. Now, before we continue, I neglected to thank somebody, as I neglected to do a lot of things tonight, which is why we're just slightly behind schedule. But I did want to thank Greg Seelig for the beautiful video that we watched honoring Rabbi Carie. And Carolyn Nicely, where were you? There you are. It was amazing. That was amazing. You're all amazing. We're a little behind, about 45 minutes to 6 hours, but we are going to move along because now she's not making eye contact. Are we up to this part? Are we up to this part? Yes, we're up to this took a lot of people, a lot of effort to make what happened tonight happen, but you still need that person at the head. You need the person to guide, the person to lead. Everyone, please bring up Esther. Nice round of applause.
Thanks very much. Thank you all for being here, including you Zoomers out there. We're happy to see everybody. I'll keep this brief, but I will name names. This landmark year reminds us to appreciate what we have here at PSJC. We're here to acknowledge where we came from, all that we have built together, and dream collectively of our future. And now we can aspire and dream. To mark our shul's momentous milestones, this community came together in the last few months and raised a remarkable $450,000 over the next 3 years. No, but it's serious. That's, for us, that's a freaking huge number. You all know this, right? We dug deep and we gave more. And in this moment of tension and fear, your gift to ensure a safe, thriving, warm Jewish space like PSJC is invaluable. So thank you everybody who was involved. I'm going to ask you not to clap till I'm completely done because we're really late. Thank you. Kudos to the Centennial Campaign Fundraising Committee team who made this happen. Faye Penn, Lena Katz-Nelson, Ellen Brickman, Roberta Moskowitz, Stephen Gandel, Liz Woolman, Catherine Drogan, Abby Ingber, Eric Lieber, Bruce Meyerson, Jenny Peters, Randy Rosenstein-Vaca, Carrie Sadovnik, Mona Schnitzler, Lucy Snyder, David Tepper, and Sarah Chin. You can clap now. And not surprisingly, this gala itself is a group effort of individual dynamos including the princess, Roberta Moskowitz, Eden Wofsy, Greg Seelig, Naomi Sunshine, Florence Hutner, Angela Weisel, Sarah Chin, Loretta Lurie, Helene Santo, and Abby Ingber and Rachel Levine, and our volunteers who helped earlier today. Toda Rabah. To the many PSJCers and friends who helped make this gala sing and dance, we say merci beaucoup. Near's jazz crew, cantors Judy Ribnick, Lisa B. Siegel, and Natasha Hirschhorn. New Daddy, Aryeh Nussbaum-Cohen, Deborah Strauss, and Jeff Warshauer, DJ Konstantin Patojos. For our fabulous photos and videos, sincere Toda Rabah to Greg Selig, Carolyn Nicely, and Matt Septimus, and former Bat Mitzvah girl Zoe Lister-Jones. You'll know what I mean in a few minutes. To Sarah Chin and Chris Franklin for our jazzy cocktails, to our magnificent bakers who contributed delicious desserts, and to our MC extraordinaire, Eric Lerner. Mille grazie. And last but not least, our deep gratitude to our wonderful staff, Rabbi Carie Carter, Stephanie, Aileen Hyman, Rabbi Haley Goldstein, and special thanks to Patrick Francis and his. You sustain us every day, and we so appreciate you. Una más. And finally, to my husband/agent/partner in crime, David Hazy, who always has my back, no matter what challenging gig I accept in a moment of weakness. Thank you.
We are going to keep this moving. It's time for gifts. Maybe you didn't hear me. It's time for gifts. Yes. So right now, you didn't even see the gift yet. You don't know if it's amazing. We have some presenters. We are looking for the former rabbinic interns. Where are you? There you are, yes. And we have some others in the crowd. If you would please stand. And we have Rabbi Talia Kaplan and Talia Kaplan and PSJC Yael Seligman. Where are you? There you are. Yes. And they lovingly created something. I don't want to say any more, but I just want to say that. Well, come on up. Yeah, come on up. While you guys all come on up to the beamer. You could always do rock, paper, scissors, but come on up. Okay, there you go. That we expect 4 interns. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. That's it. Okay, great. But you are all rabbis now, yes? Give them applause. Yes. And I just wanted to add. I was asked to add that rabbis are special, but when they touch. They touch lives in many ways, and when they touch on the future of the Jewish community by mentoring rabbinical students, that's another whole thing. And I'll hand it over to them.
Thank you so much. I'm Rabbi Talia Kaplan. It's fitting that we're following Esther because Esther and her wonderful spouse have hosted so many rabbinic interns. And without many of your hospitality, Park Slope would not be able to have such a robust intern program. So thank you. Rabbi Carter, it's no coincidence that you're from the Heartland. You really embody B'chol Levavcha with all of your heart. Teaching 25 years of interns how to bring their whole heart, their whole soul, and all of their muchness into their rabbinates. And you haven't just touched our lives in immeasurable ways, but through you and through us, you've touched all of our communities, up and down the coast, across the country. So many interns. We are just a small sampling of the many interns who have been trained here at Park Slope Jewish Center. And to my dear congregant, Andy Mylans, if you hear any good Torah from me, you can give credit to Rabbi Carter, but any bad Torah is not Torah taught through me from Rabbi Carter. So, Rabbi Carter, we are offering you a book put together by Yael very generously with words not only from us, but from so many of your former interns. And my blessing for you is that you can truly internalize the impact of your mentorship and remember all of the blessings you've spread, both as you go about your way and as you take moments for sacred rest. We love you.
Well done. We are going to keep it moving. We need to, real quick before that, just a friendly announcement. Past presidents and staff, stick around when we're done. We're trying to get some pictures. You know, it's a pretty big day. We're trying to get it on film. Now, we are up to a repeat visit. You know him. You love him. Stephen and Liz, come on up.
Hello, Rabbi Carie. In honor of 25 years of leadership at the Park Slope Jewish Center in celebration of the 100th year anniversary of our historic building, we're delighted to present you with this original artwork by Eliza Donath Weinrib, who is with us here tonight. There she is back there. And has created this artwork, created for you and for this special occasion. Am I gonna go? As you can see, this beautiful piece depicts some of the most distinctive aspects of the sanctuary in which we are now standing. The Bema stained glass skylight, the Michelangelo-worthy hand-painted ceiling, the pews and congregation.
As it says on this certificate, and you'll all forgive my Hebrew, I'll try. Zehu Chacham Halomed Mikol Adam. Who is wise? One who learns from every person. That's from Pirkei Avot 4:1. Rabbi, you lead our community with wisdom, dedication, passion, patience, and kindness, and you teach us to learn, not just Jewishly, but from the whole world and from one another. Thank you so much for the example that you set, for the time and energy you put into this community, and for everything that you do. Congratulations on reaching this inspiring, important milestone. We're so honored to share it with you. Congratulations.
This microphone is very touchy, but over the years I've learned that if you're just very patient with it, just like with almost anything, if you're very patient with it, eventually it'll work for you. I just have to say thank you. Eliza, it's gorgeous. Thank you. And thank you to this shul community, its leaders and members for the last 25 years. Y'all have made this so much more than a job. It's the embracing community I always wanted and didn't always trust existed, where I can be a person and a rabbi. Believe it or not, guys, it's actually possible. And where I can make mistakes and be forgiven, and where I can be surrounded by a community of members and beautiful colleagues and neighbors and students who have become my teachers, really amazing folks. Before I go any further, though, I want to, where are you? I want to thank Eden and Noah and even Rocky Road for understanding the odd hours, the communal commitments, and all that goes along with living as the family of a congregational rabbi. I know it wasn't always simple, and I'm incredibly grateful for your love and support, and for the brilliant, thoughtful conversations we've had about Divrei Torah, and particularly these last 2 years about the situation of the world. I am definitely the wiser for it. Thank you, Eden, for all you've done to make today happen and for sharing your life with me. She deserves at least a round of applause. Yeah. And Noah, I won't embarrass you too much, but I can't wait to celebrate your graduation from high school later this week. Mazel tov. Wash you and the world are getting an amazing and wise young woman. And I am so proud of the person you are and the one you're becoming. And as we're on the topic of this week's celebration, first, happy 50th birthday to my sister-in-law, Jill. I am so glad that you and Brian could make it in. And a huge mazel tov to my parents, Susie and Mike Carter, on their 60th wedding anniversary this week. Thank you for all you've given me over the years, including permission to tell Carter family stories from the Bima. They make me much more interesting. So tonight we celebrate a century of this building. And I know it's already been said, but I'm gonna say it one more time. A huge shout out to Esther and the Gala team for bringing us this moment. I'm not sure what you're gonna do with all the free time that's gonna be yours tomorrow, but I do know that we can't thank you enough for gathering us in this sacred space and for making this night happen. I've always loved this sanctuary. Even the first day I saw it, it had a much darker, water-damaged sky, and there was a waterfall along that wall. But there was always something special about this space, even if I can't tell east from west within it. I think often of the stories they would share if these walls could talk. But as beautiful and as inspiring as this building is, for me, it's never been simply the old world charm of this sanctuary, not even when the light is pouring in through these beautiful stained glass windows, nor is it, believe it or not, nor our stunning, newly renovated, water-efficient, beautifully designed yard no longer a muddy swamp. I love it, but that's not all that pulls at my heart. It's the remarkable community of constantly striving members whose voices have filled this space in times of exuberance and moments of grief, in full-throated song and whispers of silence. I'm inspired by the people whose energy and vision has taken us from a tiny shtibel to a solid, dynamic, vibrant, connected shul, a home to more than 1,000 souls, each in their own way, adding to the vibrancy of our whole. As many of you know, it was the community, the diverse, creative, wonderfully unique, one might say, come as you are, be seen and celebrated for who you are community that drew me here to the wilds of the big city of Brooklyn, which I now know is the largest small town in America. I love it here. That was meant as a compliment. I know you don't all know that, but it is. And the more I think about the synagogue I encountered, the community I met when I first walked into this building on Shabbat Zachor, St. Patrick's Day weekend of 2000, the more I need to express my deepest gratitude to those who built the modern incarnation of this synagogue, those who decades earlier made calls and knocked on doors to make a minyan, to create a real community, to invest in a vision, those who in the early 80s took a chance on creating a new way of doing Jewish in Brooklyn, of creating an egalitarian conservative synagogue here in the heart of Park Slope. One of the central figures in this moment of great transition, in the reestablishment of the Park Slope Jewish Center, is none other than our own Alvin Steinfeld. Al, can I invite you up? Yeah, please. Alvin, would you like to come up, or would you prefer I come down to you? I can do it. Would you like to come up on the bima? Great. Alvin, along with Dina, were among those who put forth the vision of what this community could be if lay leaders really stepped up to lead. Alvin, you took the Yiddishkeit of your childhood and you used it to help transform this synagogue, inspiring others to join you along the way, serving as president, I don't know how many terms, but I heard it was many. And throughout those years, I know you put your heart and soul into this community. And though I didn't know you then, I am confident that you led the community of PSJC with the same measured wisdom and care, deliberate steps, and thoughtful good humor that I've come to see in you every time we meet. And it's been a particular pleasure of mine to see your children, Ari and Rebecca, joining you in chanting, in the chanting of Yonah on Yom Kippur. And knowing that in 2 years, 3 months, and 18 days, we will celebrate the B'nai Mitzvah of your grandchildren, Luca and Juna. That's how I tell your children that they got the date they wanted. I can only imagine the joy that y'all will have, seeing them continue to grow in this Jewish community that you were so critical in creating. So we want to present you with a gift. It's actually a beautiful, I'm not sure if I can, it's a beautiful challah board, really gorgeous. It comes, this comes up, it's got a knife, it's like, it's really nice, it's high-end. But we do this, we want to express our love and gratitude for your foundational work and ongoing support of this community over the decades. May you think of your PSJC family as you welcome Shabbat each week. Thank you for all. Thank you, Alvin. Mazel tov. You're good. And I have to say, Alvin, as truly impressive, you can sit, it's okay. As truly impressive as was the work you did to rebuild this place, I know, and you would be the first to say that you didn't do it yourself. And so I want to ask our OGs to rise. Those who were here in the early years of the renewed PSJC, in those early 80s, people who regularly chipped in to keep the lights running, who taught and studied in our tiny Hebrew school, who scrubbed the brass and retiled the bathrooms, who took care of the finances, who nailed up doors that had just fallen off right before Pesach, who prepped Kiddush in my office, though it wasn't my office then, or fought the great battles of egalitarianism here. All the things we nowadays take for granted. I want to invite you all to stand for a moment and accept the community's thanks. Thank you. Thank you for sticking with this restart up and helping to create something good and important and lasting for the Jewish community of Brooklyn. And to the rabbis and cantors who preceded me, Rabbi Julie Gordon, whose booze and schmooze is legendary, creating friendships that have lasted a lifetime. We also hold Rabbi Jeff Marker, Zichrono Livracha. His presence is here. His clear, passionate voice of justice, his very bad puns, and his true decency are things I miss every day. And Rabbi Sammy Barth, who led this shul for 13 years, brought us down from the Bima, guided us through the final deal with B'nai Jacob, and whose erudite, beautifully accented Divrei Torah have always given me something to strive for, but I know I'll never quite get there. I can only do a Southern accent, not a London anything. And our shul's cantors, whom you saw, Natasha Hirschhorn, who graced our Bima for a number of years and was the founding director of Shir Hadash. There she is. And of course, the incomparable Judy Ribnick. Where is Judy? My Bima buddy for just about a little over 2 decades, and an inspiring heartfelt voice over Yamim Noraim for 33 years now and counting. Thank you. I also want to acknowledge a group of people who've worked so hard with such dedication and commitment to this place, who devoted years of their lives to creating this strong and vibrant shul, and who generally worked in such menschlich ways that I, for one, always felt like I had a partner in guiding this synagogue. The presidents of the Park Slope Jewish Center, past and present. Would you all rise? And the amazing current staff, my colleagues here at Park Slope Jewish Center, Rabbi Haley Goldstein, our very first associate rabbi, Aileen Hyman, our Director of Education and Engagement, Aileen is our Director of Education and Engagement, our Chief Cheerleader and General Jane of all trades. Stephanie Cook, our Synagogue Administrator. Where are you? Is she out there? There we go, right in the hall, making sure everything is happening. And our amazing Facilities Manager, Patrick Francis. He's probably out working the yard so we'll just make sure so that everything can happen. Just thank Patrick later. Thank you for all that you guys have done to make this day happen and for being the kinds of colleagues that any rabbi dreams of having. So many people have made this place what it is. Those in formal positions and those who step up with great ideas and a passion to make it happen. This year alone, we've seen models of the creativity, the vision, and courage that will guide us forward for the next century. This year, we had the start of PSJC Ping Pong. Come to shul on Saturday, you'll know what it is. Daily Omer reminders, opportunities to process and act on the situations of our world. We had the start of the PSJC Kitchen Club, the rummage sale, the amazing revitalization of our yard, which will not only be beautiful for us, but provide opportunities for rentals and really make us more present in the community. We've had grants, including ones to enhance our environmental awareness, deepening, expanding programming, PAI, Yesod, Youth and Family, Adult Ed, Rodfei Tzedek, Lev Tahor, just plain PSJC. And this fall, we will formally announce the start of our Legacy Giving Society. We're counting on this group to join our High Society and help us continue to build for the next century. I know Reba is around here somewhere. She is one of those that you can talk to about that. Over the last 2.5 decades, we've traveled a long, sometimes convoluted, occasionally bumpy path together. From 9/11, elections, war, COVID, more elections, anti-Semitism, questions of justice, more war, construction, floods, in the shul, at getaways, in the yard, executive washrooms, more construction, a lot of construction. I've actually asked JTS to add that to the rabbinical school training, how to manage a construction project. No matter what comes across our path, we've come together as a community, rolled up our sleeves, lifted our voices, listened to one another, and with courage and dedication and good humor, with a commitment to seeing and really hearing one another, to allow nuance and even productive dissonance into our communal conversation, we have found and we will continue to find our way forward, one step at a time, members, staff, clergy, neighbors, together. What more could any rabbi want or ask for in a congregation? So thank you all for walking this path with me. I look forward to seeing where it will take us next.
All right. Please be seated. One last one. We are almost there. We are up to our fourth and final hour. I'm just kidding. Enjoy the presentation. It's about to start. About to start. How we doing? Enjoy. Has anybody seen Patrick?
What does it mean to celebrate a building? Should we admire its structure? The substantial silhouette, pale brick perforated with tall windows and crowned with Romanesque arches. Notice the details that tell of the care with which they were placed, signaling to all for whom it was built. What does it mean to celebrate a building? Should we honor its history? Built on this Brooklyn corner in 1925 for a rapidly expanding congregation, Tifereth Israel, it was fashioned in such a way as to carry on their Orthodox traditions. From that early optimism came the realities of a changing neighborhood and the need for two congregations to become one. In 1960, after a merger with a third shul, Park Slope Jewish Center was formed. Yet time and a continued decline in membership took its toll. Eventually, attitudes progressed, leading to a change of fortune and a new energy moving into the building, healing decades of neglect and reviving this space back to the wonder that it is. What does it mean to celebrate a building? Should we praise its beauty, the adornments which it proudly wears, the pigments and shades, the play of light upon the dark surfaces, its enduring appeal of wood and sky, and all the stunning glass, there and there and there. Then, after your eyes adjust to the atmosphere, you begin to notice the touches that mark this as a special place. These jewels of detail draw attention to what is valued most, reflecting the personality of the people who inhabit the room. Offerings to honor the divine. But it's not the marble or the stained glass that makes this place loved. It's the memory, layered, lived in, alive. A century's worth of prayers, some whispered, some sung. It's heard joy and grief and silence, and somehow it has kept them all. This building doesn't just hold history, it holds us. And who are we? We are PSJC. We are the faces you see when you daven, when you mourn, when you celebrate, when you volunteer, when you perform, when you learn, when you need a friend, when you are called to the Torah. We are the reason the walls still stand strong, and we are the promise of what's still to come. We are families who have been here for generations, And we are the people who just found this place. Some come every week, others come when they can. All are welcome. Because in this building, for 100 years, Jewish life has taken root and blossomed. Shabbat to Shabbat, holiday to holiday, Lador Vador. A life rooted in tradition and open to change. A life where old melodies still find new meaning. The people of this place don't come here because they have all the answers. They come because they believe in showing up together. And somehow, in doing that, they've made a building feel like a life, shared. This building has meant something different to each generation. A sanctuary, a school, a stage, a refuge. But always, it has meant us. This building is for the community, not as it once was or as we wish it were, but exactly as it is, right now. Imperfect, alive, and sacred. What does it mean for PSJC to celebrate 100 years? It means appreciate how far we've come and get ready to go even further, because we are just getting started. But first, we dance.
The cue is to follow them. Follow them out. We're dancing out of the shul. The only way you get to leave is by dancing. That way.